Today, students at many local high schools walked out of their classrooms to take a stand against the recent ICE immigration enforcement and the current administration. These kids have been organizing through social media, fueled by the fear and tension they're seeing in their own neighborhoods and families. The heart of the matter for these students, they don't feel like they can just leave politics at the door when they go to school. To them, when their friends and family are living in fear, it follows them right into the classroom. Parents join their children, even some politicians. And we're told some local businesses shut down in solidarity. It's a big deal. Peaceful protests are a part of the American way, and it looks like Assemblyman Wallace agrees with me. Peaceful civic action by students and community members has long been a part of our nation's history. These protests reflect real concern about recent federal immigration enforcement activity, which I share. Yet many people will say these young people have no right to protest, or, like this online reaction, that we are un-American for covering these subjects. This from a lovely man named Eric Brenner. He says the TheRogginReport, what a bore. You're a bearded patsy for the hysterical whistleblowers. More people are turning to me in my show because of your neutered anti-American rage. I don't think he understands that whistleblowing is a good thing. And we checked his views. I think I still win there, buddy. Now you might be saying he was rage baiting. Why give him the time of day? But Eric's comment is really what we're talking about here. These kids and parents and businesses have the right to protest. And us telling you about that could not be more pro-America. It should not matter which side of the aisle you are on this topic. Peacefully protesting is a First Amendment right, and I think we should all support that. The Bakers, Jamie and Doug, join us now. Doug, why do you think anyone would see a peaceful protest as controversial?
I don't think that most people would see a peaceful protest as controversial or anything else, but we're not seeing that. I hate this peaceful protest. We're not seeing peaceful protests. Minneapolis is not having peaceful protests right now. I have seen some in the valley. They're wonderful. It's good to see people out there, but peaceful, these things are not.
These kids are in middle school and in high school. They don't, I mean, they can't even vote. So why are they even out there? They're just cutting classes. They need to go back to school and get ready for SATs.
Wait a minute. You're saying that they should not be protesting anything and they should go back to class.
These are kids. They don't know. God, do they even know like the difference between the House and the Senate and how the political world really is? They're just out there, just running with the group, and just they're not old enough to make a decision.
All right, well, kids today seem to be engaged in politics more than they have been since the 60s. Jamie, why do you think that?
Because the parents are not parenting. My God, if I was caught protesting while I should be in school, my mother would cut my legs off.
Okay, well, Doug, you would still have your legs, I believe. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think number one is it's popular to protest when most of the nation is. You and I, Fred, we grew up during the Vietnam era, and yeah, kids protested because everybody was. I think if this was an isolated disagreement, they wouldn't be. And by the way, these kids are being sent to high school where they are under the care and safety of the high school faculty. How dare the high school faculty just open up the gates and say, go ahead, leave, go protest.
Protest journalists are a vital part of getting protesters' opinions out to the public. We've talked about what appears to be an attack on journalists, but this is a new one even for us. It really is getting wild. Don Lemon arrested by federal authorities, and according to his attorney, it's all tied back to that protest he was covering in Minnesota a couple of weeks ago. The government is claiming he wasn't just there as a reporter, but he was basically part of the group causing the disruption. Don and his legal team are doubling down, saying this is a straight-up attack on the First Amendment. They're arguing he was doing his job, reporting on a news event, and that the Department of Justice is trying to silence journalists, sparking a massive debate about where reporting ends and participating begins, and a lot of press freedom groups are already sounding the alarm that this is dangerous precedent. All right, what is your take on the arrest, Jamie?
He wasn't okay. He's a journalist, a freedom of speech, all that good. I want to know why he was fired from CNN and why he was in Minnesota for his YouTube channel, the Don Lemon Show. I don't really care for this guy. And his lawyer, he reminds me of Gloria Allred.
Okay. Well, both are very relative here. Why was he fired from CNN? And his attorney looks like Gloria Allred. Okay. I got that. You should also know that more people are actually consuming content on YouTube on a daily basis than watching linear television. So, Doug, what do you think about his arrest?
It's we don't know what he was really arrested for. If he was there as an independent journalist covering a story, he should not be arrested, and that is a threat on our journalistic freedom. If, however, he took part in conspiring and taking part in this takeover of a church for protest reasons, then he deserved to be arrested.
In what ways does the federal government's decision to arrest a high profile figure like Don Lemon change the way journalists may cover protests, Doug?
It shouldn't. I mean, if the high profile journalist was not there doing journalism work, he should have been arrested. If he was there doing journalism work, believe me, there's going to be so much outrage. That's going to be the end of this.
Jamie, does his arrest scare you in any way, or do you think he got what he deserved?
Without knowing all the details, I think they arrested him because he did something wrong. I think he deserved it. He shouldn't have been there.
Okay, gotta hear about this. It's called Ratpocalypse. It's happening on Long Island. Rescue workers found hundreds of domesticated white rats. We're talking about 450 caught so far. And they think there are still way more hiding in the walls. Apparently, the owner just didn't realize that if you don't separate the boys from the girls, you get a generation every 20 days. It got so bad the house was condemned, and there were rats just roaming free like they owned the place. It's a total mess, but the rescue groups are actually trying to find homes for these fancy rats. Because believe it or not, they're actually super smart and friendly. Okay, there are 450 rats, Doug. How many can you take, 20 or 30?
I would take maybe 4 or 5 because the cats would enjoy playing with them. I'm one of these that I know rats are friendly. They're like hamsters in a way, but they're unappealing to me.
Jamie, would you take a couple rats to help out?
Oh my God, no. These people are crazy. Oh my God, disgusting.
All right, so here's the question. You guys walk into your home, beautiful home, by the way. I mean, you really have done a very nice job with your house. I'd like to compliment you on that. And all of a sudden, you see 450 loose rats walking around. Jamie, what would you do?
I would make an arrangement for Aaron Geddes and Kristen Hassan to get on a train to Long Island. I don't know, go take care of share their expertise. Mike, who would want any rodents in your house? That's gross.
And I know your house is very clean. So, Doug, what would you do if you saw 450 rats walking around in your house?
Can you imagine the shock? You go out to dinner and you come back home and there's 450 rats scurrying all over your floor. I would turn around, go outside the house and say, "Hen, it's been nice living here, but no more."
All right, well, I'll tell you a story. So, some years ago, living in Sherman Oaks, wake up, and there had to be 500 bees in the living room. 500 bees. I opened the door and went, whoop, that's the end of that. Close the door, put a towel under the door. Now, what do you think I did? There's 500 bees, and it turned out they came through the chimney, maybe 200 bees. What do you think I did? How did I handle this?
Did you call a beekeeper? Did you go get some honey jars to fill? What did you do?
Now, here's the thing. I couldn't leave the bedroom. I didn't leave. I locked myself in with a towel so no bees could get in.
Okay.
Wow.
I called an exterminator and
Yeah.
said, get over here now. And I did not walk out of that bedroom for 3 hours.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Well,
Wow. I hope you had a
Sure.
bathroom nearby.
Yeah, I did. Thank you. I didn't just sit in there in a little hole for 3 hours. But thank you very much. Appreciate it.
What?